Hello fellow ranchers, welcome back to the channel. Today we got a very special video today with us. We got not just Project UNOS with us today, we got a lovely Mark 2.5 MX5 with us, owned by the illustrious, the glorious flat cap motoring, aka Mr. Darren Hook, who is just arrived just on cue.
Yeah.
Ooh, and not mentioning where he's been for the last couple of moments. So how are you today, my friend?
Yeah, we're good, mate. Good. You good?
Good. You know me, can't complain. A couple of voice testers.
Yeah. It was cold, wasn't it? Oh,
You should have worn a coat.
I'm from warmer climates. I'm not in from Wales, am I?
Oh yeah, true. Us Welshmen, we got the blubber to look after the
warm-blooded.
yeah. So let's get to the cars.
Yep, let's go and have a
and go from there.
Yeah, okay.
The whole reason why we're here. Of course, Project UNOS, aka Jubilee. She's looking a little bit mucky today, I will be honest, but a car that is used every day still, and with only 89,000 on the clock. She's doing very well for her age, and yes, boys and girls, she is an auto, and no, I'm not replacing the gearbox unless it packs up. But I do have ideas for that, just in case. And here is my good friend and colleague's car. We got the lovely Hannah today with us. The MX 2002 Montana MX5 Mark 2.5. Look at those wheels Rangers. Just looks so well with the paint and the colour, with the cream interior, and the one thing that you don't see often on MX5s on the Mark 2.5, as you can see with my finger is pointing, is the steering wheel. That's quite rare on these. I believe not many of these have that. And it looks absolutely smashing, and you got the twin port exhaust. Of course. Well, so instead of like what I've done with Jubilee, he's got the luggage rack. I think if I didn't have the spoiler on the back of Jubilee already, I would have done the same, and with the luggage rack rather than the spoiler. But fair play, this car is an absolute beast of a car. It does shift when it needs to go, and right, we'll have a word with Mr. Darren and get some more words of what a little bit of history on this glorious little car of his. It's such a lovely car. As we established just a moment ago, my friend, don't worry about watching the camera because obviously you're driving. And we like the idea of living. We've established, so far we established the MX5, the early marks of MX5 is the best way to start off in, not just in the classic car world, but also in the two-seater market.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Yeah,
because
I would definitely agree with that.
You're not spending stupid money on a car that apart from the bit metalwork, engine-wise, they're pretty much bulletproof.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
Pretty much the Mark 1. The scary thing about it is that we didn't have to do too much to the Mark 2.5 from the Mark 1 to improve it. It literally all
essentially it's a facelift, isn't it? That's all they've done, really. I mean, a lot of the parts should be Mark 1s and Mark 2s. They're all entertaining. You could change it if you wanted to.
Oh yeah. yeah, I've done that myself. I currently got a soft top off Mark 2.5.
Yeah.
I've got alloy wheels off a 2.5. The brakes are off a 2.5. I think the only thing that wouldn't change over is the power steering rack, because it's got a slightly different bounce on the subframe.
But like you can do everything yourself. Yeah. I mean, it's like for a home mechanic or something like that. It's ideal.
Oh yeah.
Everything's held on 10 mil bolts or 10 or 12 mil bolts, and those little plastic clips. That's it.
Oh yeah. And fair play to. I've had 4 MX5s, including Project Jubilee, or Project Unos, I should say, official name, for the channel, and parts have been so easy to come by, and there's so much aftermarket stuff as well.
Yeah.
Or performance parts available. Or the MX5 community is a very friendly community.
Oh yeah, it's huge. I mean, obviously you've got the wave, haven't you? And obviously, you pop the lights up, and obviously you wave to. It's funny how there's an RF in front of
Oh yeah. Just as we're talking about the MX5, here is the RF that's actually driving in front of us.
Yeah, that's my goal eventually.
That's your goal, is it? The new Mark 4 RF.
Yeah.
Yes, that is black. I honestly still think it's the cheaper. Well, it's nothing bad against the RF. If it's like a cheaper version of the Ferrari 308 GTS, it's that Magnum used in Magnum PI.
All right, yeah.
It's.
Come on, we'll come off there, so we have to turn around and go back.
Time to enjoy such a beautiful car.
Not very many people get to drive it, mate. So.
I know, I'm honoured. I am completely honoured. And especially second time round as well.
Yeah, you drove it a while ago, didn't you?
Yeah, you let me drive it when I popped over your house.
That was only a few weeks ago. I've been asleep since then.
So have I.
Yeah.
Now, the fact that I know
where you're going,
where I am and whatnot, you haven't got that fear of taking the wrong lane or something. And fair play, the clutch is really nice.
Yeah, I replaced the clutch about 6 months ago.
Oh yeah.
About August time. I replaced it. Yeah, new clutch, new. Pilot bearing, thrust bearing. I think it was about like 130 quid all in, I think.
Oh, that's very good for clutch parts.
Yeah.
Certainly the range were a lot higher than that, depending on the car. And as that swings us straight back around to why the MX5 is such an ideal car for somebody who wants to have a little bit of fun,
of course,
but don't want to expend the earth.
Yeah, exactly.
And you've done a lot of work to this car since you purchased it.
Yeah,
I've done.
So I've had it 3 years, and I've had. So the arches have been redone. Both rear arches were done. Inners, outers. I'll send you some photos, obviously, if you want to.
Oh yeah, of course. We'll in that moment, photos will come up of the arches.
Yeah.
It's because that's the only downside of the MX is all the marks of MX, regardless of what mark it is.
Yeah.
Is the front wheel arches, the sills, the inner sills, outer wheel arches, rear and inner wheel arches, and the boot lid.
Yeah.
Because my very first MX5 was probably on the boot lid. I never got around to having it done. But
they always seem to go inside the where the number plate lights are.
Yeah. On the Mark 2.5, that's where they are. Whereas the Mark 1, and they got the number plate lights lower down.
Yeah.
And mind you, I've got the I made a point of keeping the square number plate.
Yeah.
When I had the 40s done.
So things to watch out for, guys. So rust, obviously, rear arches, rear sills, chassis rails as well.
Yes, the chassis rails, castle rails need to be kept an eye on as well.
Yeah.
Because if they're caved in, that's a lot of work to put them right.
As I found out recently. So I was beating them with hammers straight away.
And
Both racing as well, but chassis rails and guards, yeah, they do.
yeah, they got a guard that can get pulled.
Yeah.
I'm doing that. And undersell if you're going to have a mark
I'd say any, even a Mark 4, I would say it's worth having them.
Get it done. If it hasn't been done, get it done soon. Because I've done it on these, it's saving it.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Not many people. Once you find the garage, I'll do it for you.
Or access to the back. So I done it myself.
I was thinking my garage where I get I can't do it. They don't were happy. I do have a photo of the car and a forklift, which I wasn't too exactly happy about.
I can imagine.
Print photo here. Yeah, I was exactly. They sent me a WhatsApp message to get. They said, "Oh, you're getting work done." It's like, but it's like, "Oh, okay, no problem." And then he sent me a photo of the tubes on the it's like, do you want to do? Then tunnel, you got performance exhaust on the back of your car. It's a must. There's no.
It's the law, isn't it?
Yes, it is the law. Oh yeah, and the other thing is if you want to learn more about the MX5, join the actual MX5 club.
Oh yeah, like Facebook groups, and there's loads and loads of different Facebook groups for MX5s. I mean, you've got Mark 1 owners, Mark 2 owners, Mark 2.5 owners, and you've got clubs that just cover the lot of them.
Oh yeah, and you've got the main club itself, which is the MX5 owners club, which they have massive days out with.
I've seen they had like 10 was it 15,000 members? I think?
Yes,
something like that.
We've broken the record for that.
Yeah,
and we broke the record for how many MX5s in one place with the tops down.
Yeah,
but we didn't get the record where we had that many cars cruising with the tops down.
No.
We didn't get it because timing errors on their end again.
Yeah,
And it was attempted first of all in 2019, and then again in 2021 during we were allowed to walk at tempo out, but we had to still remain within the bubble.
of course, yeah.
Or because
You weren't ever going to break any records during lockdown.
Oh no, we still managed to break the record for how many MX5s was there in one place.
Yeah.
We had, I think it's over 2,000 cars. One particular brand.
Yeah.
And that's certainly saying something.
Yeah, definitely.
How many times you get to see the all of one type of car?
Just broke my radio. That's not very nice, is it?
No, it's called your Bluetooth.
Yeah,
blue tack.
Yeah, insufficient blue tack. Yeah.
Yes, you need more blue tack.
We can edit that bit out.
Oh no, we'll leave that in. Leave that in.
One other thing that we should point out is running costs.
Oh yeah, the running costs because the Mark 1s and up to the Mark 3, if you live in the UK, don't put E10 petrol in them simply because of the fact that I tried it for a little science experiment and a while ago, and they drive alright, but they don't like it.
No, they don't. No.
It drinks it faster. You go through E10 petrol like that, whereas if you put super unleaded in, it lasts for. Because Jubilee is my everyday use car, and Malcolm is my toy car, you could say.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
And
we're doing another video on that as well at some point.
Oh yeah, you're more than welcome to do that.
I will be back.
You'll be back, boys and girls. To do. But if you haven't already looked at that's the other thing with compared to the Mark 1 and the Mark 2.5 is that the stalks are on the
wrong side. Yeah.
The Mark 1, my Mark 1, is the Japanese import, the Unos, because you've got
they're horrible.
Yeah, I know how to get over them around because I got to be so careful with you because she hits the rear axle every time. If I have someone in the car on this particular bump. So I got literally, if you notice me coming to a virtual halt earlier.
Yeah, I did notice. You got a little bit more clearance on this one.
Yeah, but yeah, is another thing if you want to know more about the MX5. There's 3 variants of the MX5 in different countries. In America, it's the Miata.
Yes.
In Japan, up until 1996, the Unos Roadster, because the company that had the name Unos went bust. And then in the UK and the rest of Europe and Japan now, it is the glorious MX5.
Yes.
So it's definitely. I'm loving this, and I haven't had a Mark 2.5 in years, and driving this has brought back so many fun memories of doing a power slide in silly places, handbrake turns, and if you can't find a Mark 1, a Mark 2 or 2.5, they're more than up to the task of keeping you happy.
I would say so, yeah. So just to summarise, obviously, things to watch out for, obviously we've got rust. Rust is the main one, isn't it?
Yeah, rust is the main killer of an MX5, of all MX5s, is the rust.
Engines are pretty much bulletproof, but I would advise buying
regular maintenance,
and try and buy one with a service history.
Oh yes, or if it's an import, or service it straight away.
Yeah, and undersill.
Yes.
Well.
Or even if it's not the import, so get the underseal done straight away.
Yeah. Good quality fuel in.
Of course. Up to a Mark 3, the super unleaded only.
Yeah.
Unless you fancy going back and forth to the fuel pump all the time.
One thing to watch as well, guys, especially with the Mark 2s, especially the 1.8s, they're quite a high tax bracket.
Oh yes,
so you'll be paying about £300 a year.
300, is it?
Yeah, I think it might even be a little bit more than that. I'll have to check that.
Because I believe the 1.6s is slightly cheaper to tax if you go for the 1.6. It's just making sure I don't curb your lovely alloys.
That's right. Just wanted to leave it because the handbrake is not so good. Nice.
There we are.
Satisfied?
Satisfied, and now let's have Mr. Captain as I like to refer to him, or the legendary Flat Cat Moto. Of course, didn't note
Hence
that,
Pat,
hence
yeah.
the Flat Cat. Let's have him in Jubilee, and first time for him, an automatic in an MX5. And people tell you that they're not good as an auto, but Mr. Hook here will prove otherwise.
I will give your verdict.
Don't force me out of bed in your society. Don't push me down the road you're bringing down. Don't try to fix my head, it's just your anxiety. Don't hush me now, cause I just wanna shout.
Virginity.
Oh yes, the
Here we go.
the beginnings of an automatic.
So yeah, let me get a feel for it.
Fair enough. You take your time.
There's another camper van there. They're all out today, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what do you think of the seats so far?
The seats are lovely, mate. They're really nice. Like I said, that's the main reason I got rid of my Mark 1. Is because I just couldn't get comfy in it. That was the main reason. But this is really nice. You know, being like passenger and and in the driver's seat.
Yeah, that's the only downside of the Enos is that the stalks are reversed.
But I think it's better how it's laid out. I think they got that spot on.
Because they got it from the older cars, and because that is no change for me, because when I'm driving the Dolomite, everything's in the same places.
Yeah, that's the sound.
Yep, that's the lane you want, my friend. And yeah, so pros and cons from Mark 1s, but before we go on to the pros and cons, how are you getting on with that automatic box?
It's actually nice, mate, to be fair.
It's,
It's like I say, it's a different, you know, you think it's not going to be so, you know, different, but it is. You drive it differently, don't you?
oh yes, of course. Your brain I'm surprised at a moment, and when I first started driving this car, every so often my hand would go towards change gear.
Yeah.
You haven't done that yet.
No. Well, obviously, one of the highlights we got at home is an auto, so that's, you know what I mean.
Probably a video for the Flat Cat motor in there.
Yeah.
Another car there.
Yeah. Well, I said to Pat when I do one of hers. It's quite a it's a good, you know, it's a good used car. To be fair, you know what I mean. It's a good choice for a used car.
Oh yeah, Hyundai have certainly picked up their game.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah.
With their cars.
100%.
Oh,
So you wanted to do one on mine.
oh yes.
Yeah.
It's on your Hyundai, yeah. Because fair enough, Hyundai have picked up on their game. If only just slowly catching up to what Mazda has been doing for over 30 years.
You think, I mean, Mazda in the 80s and sort of, you know, even some of their 90s cars, they were shocking, weren't they?
Yeah.
They were really bad.
Yeah, they had the rebadged Ford Fiesta into a Mazda.
121, yeah.
Yeah, and it was that bad, they didn't continue it.
No.
They killed the car off.
Yeah.
Well, that's how shocking it was.
When it was out, when they did the Mazda 2, I think was the replacement, and then again that was a joint thing with Ford.
Yeah,
No.
because the MX5 from the Mark 2.5 onwards have got a couple of bits from Fords.
They do, yeah.
It's like
I've got Ford bits on mine.
It's like, for example, the ignition keys off a Ford Ranger.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
But as people can see in the background, another aftermarket part that you can get for the Mark 1s and 2s is the TR lane roll bar.
Yeah.
That is the proper GP, the racing roll bar. It's not there for, I don't track tubes because I like the idea of having my car in one piece still. It's the fact that if, let's say for example, something rolls you over, it'll save you.
Yeah.
It's unlike a style bar, and if anyone's planning on putting a style bar on their car, fair enough, if that's what you want,
Yeah.
that's fine, but my honest opinion, never put a star bar on, put a proper roll bar on because
If you're gonna track,
yeah,
if you're gonna go on track, then yeah, always get a proper.
yeah, or even do what I do, proper bar, because then you know it's going to save you.
Yeah.
Because modern roads of today, you don't really know what's going to happen.
No, no, it's very true. It's very true.
Not far now from the tunnel.
I know, yeah.
Not far. Yes, we'll do the noise thing in the tunnel because it is law, boys and girls. It is law. Or it's not a case of we do it because we want to. We do it because we're law-abiding citizens of Great Britain and the MX5 community. And when we get into the tunnel, all what you need to do is take your foot off, slightly off the throttle, and then bump it down.
I'll tell you what, mate. I'm impressed. I really am. It drives. You know what I mean? It doesn't drive like a manual does.
Yeah.
I think there's, even though you're not changing gear, I think you've got to think a little bit more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You say that, you driving an auto is actually easier. I don't think it is, to be honest.
It's about the same.
It's about the same. Well, yeah, you're not changing gear or whatnot, but you've still got to think about, if I need to, kick it down or whatnot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or drop it down a couple of gears.
Yeah.
Because with an auto, you got to put your foot off the throttle and then ramp it back on to drop it down a couple of gears.
Yeah.
Yes, it's coming up. It's
Okay,
coming up. The
Drop the speed a minute.
legendary Bring Glass tunnels, boys and girls. And
Reese is from Wales, if you haven't realised.
yes, Newport, South Wales, boys and girls. And if you ever see me out and about, please come up and say hi. I don't bite much. Alright. Oh.
You said the exhaust on this is pretty much standard, isn't it?
Oh no, it's a long life exhaust.
Oh, it's a long life exhaust. Alright.
Yeah.
Get off.
Yeah.
So, but there are many aftermarket
Oh
exhausts
yes,
you
there's
can buy.
lots of exhausts that you can get. It's like
Cobalt. would be
Cobalt
my
is the main
suggestion.
one,
Yeah.
and that's him, the good man, and yeah, the Cobalt is the main one. It's the big one that people know.
Yes.
So it's the biggest brand that a lot of companies like Mars, or for example, MX5 parts. But
One that I'd also recommend, which I've got on mine, is Gravity.
oh yeah, they're very good
Yeah.
exhausts.
That's actually what I'm going to get the cut off from.
Oh.
Converter from. So they do all the. I think they do a 200, a 300, and a 400 saddle.
Is this
So-
a little spoiler for little things to come in the future for?
I've already mentioned
Oh,
it
I mean,
anyway.
right,
Yeah.
in that then, but
One of my other videos.
ah, I see, right. You don't know, I have known me. I've probably forgotten that bit because I have made a point of watching both yours and Cap's videos, every single one. And I mean what I said on that one video at the Haynes Motor Museum meet that we done. Needs more yellow. But yeah,
It wasn't me, I promise.
if you're the police and if you're seeing this, the police have arrested us and
Yeah,
but
she did a
no,
little scrape in there.
fortunately we're okay. We're okay. We survived the law. Well, it's not like I fought the law and the law won. It's called we fought the law and we won.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, Darren has finally broken his popped his cherry, so to speak, of the automatic gearbox for the MX5, and out of 10. And because you drive a lot of vehicles now and again, and out of 10, in this entire car, what would you say?
I'd say it's a solid 8.
Well, that's good. I'm glad
Solid
to
eight.
hear that.
Like I said, obviously I've had, I still think I would prefer the manual, I'll be honest with you.
Oh, yeah.
But it's a nice alternative, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's because there's lots of people who can't use their left legs, for example.
Yeah, no, I
Or for any particular reasons. It's like at the National Rally a couple of years ago, they had a veteran driving an automatic MX5 because he lost his left leg.
Yeah.
And, fair play to the man, amazing driver. He's a part of the stunt team.
Part of the stunt team?
Yes, he was.
Oh, fair. Right, so we're just heading back. So yeah, obviously we got overdrive as well. Which
Oh yes, because
it's on
the
anyway,
automatic gearbox is a 4-speed with overdrive.
so effectively you get the 5 gears.
You still get effectively.
So you're not
5.
losing out.
No,
really,
you're
are
not.
you?
And you'll probably find that it's easier to get the automatic cars and just convert them if you don't want an auto box. Because this garage is like Mark down to MX5s.
Agreed.
For £600, we'll get you the manual box into an auto.
That's not. It's not a bad price actually for a manual conversion.
And supplying all the parts. That's definitely right.
I mean, if you think about it, an auto one is more likely to be more well looked after.
Yes, because people don't tend to flash them.
No.
And because people who don't know nothing about cars tend to go, oh, the auto's crap, I don't want to touch it, and then they'll badmouth the automatic wherever they go.
Yeah.
Whereas the automatics tends to be, it's like this car, for example, Jubilee, she was on 65,000 when I first bought her. The only reason why she's on the mileage she is now is because I use her.
Yeah.
I enjoy her.
Yeah, and that's, cars should be, used. That's why they're fitted with wipers.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't understand people who don't take their cars out in the winter. That's me.
Right.
Cars are fitted with wipers for a reason.
Oh yes, definitely. And right, fellow Rangers, to end on a very good note, I'd like to thank my very good friend Darren.
Oh, thank you, mate.
And
It's been
for
lovely to
not
have you
just
along.
letting me have a go behind your beautiful Montana, but also giving an automatic box a go.
Yeah.
Oh, and pretty much. Knowing me, I probably didn't get that in shot, but you know what an auto box looks like. And if you haven't already, subscribe and click the bell icon because you don't want to miss out on more videos. I've got loads more stuff going on the Lone Ranger Motoring channel this year, so that'll be something for you to look out for. And not forgetting, there will be a link to the Flat Cat Motoring channel in the link below, and Cat's Automotive. There will be a link down below. You don't want to miss out on either of those channels. Well, my good friend here has just started, thanks to me and Kath and
nervous smile
and Elliot from Cardboard. Oh yeah, link down below as well. But for now, thank you all if you have made it this far. Thank you all for watching. You take care now and bye.
Bye. Good stuff, mate. That's great.